Good morning. Good morning to everyone. This is the third day of the program. Today, our chief guest is Dr. S. Sivashankar sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Sankipati, Tanjavur. Currently, he working as the Assistant Professor in Government College Sankipati. He completed in BE in Bharathidasan University 2000 in the year of 2000. In the year of 2007, he completed MTech in NIT Trichy. In the year of 2014, he completed PhD in NIT Trichy. His area of interest is micromachining, EDM, and optimization too. He have more than 20 years of experience in teaching in various university affiliation colleges and also in East Africa. He guided. He have 10 years of research experience. Now he headed 5 research scholars. He have more than 20 research publications in the field of EDM and optimization. Now I hand over the session to Dr. S. Sivashankar sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. First of all, I thank the management of EGS Pillai Engineering College for conducting one-day FTP on recent trends in mechanical engineering. Then I congratulate the coordinators of the events. I thank the head of the department, mechanical engineering. I thank the principal of these institutions for giving me this opportunity. I personally thank my friend, Dr. Chokkalingam, for giving me this opportunity.
Sir, unga face
Yes.
konjam visible alla sir. Face.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now it's okay, sir.
Now,
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Now, good morning to all of the participants. Today, I'm going to talk about the entropy-based gray relation analysis. I think most of you working in engineering colleges, some of you might have completed your PhD program. Some might be doing that. Anyhow, today's sessions definitely will be useful to complete a portion of your thesis or research. With that hope, I'm happy to start my today presentation. So entropy-based gray relation analysis, this is the algorithm used for optimization of any problems. Normally, you will be familiar with gray relational analysis. Here, there is a new term which is added, that is called entropy. So in today's presentation, next slide. Hello, Shokalingam, next slide.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, it's view.
Yeah.
Sir, are you visible? Sir, are you visible?
Yeah, myself. Yeah, visible.
Yes, sir. Sir, I change the slide to next page.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So this is the content of my today presentation. That is a gray relation analysis introduction, significance of entropy, then experimental design and output, formulation of piecewise equations, then the worksheet which is used for calculation of weights. We are going to do some Excel sheet which will be useful to find the gray relation grade. Finally, the results which will be presented by means of ranking as well as by means of ANOVA. Right. Next slide. So, Yeah. So concept of gray system, right? So what do you mean by gray? Gray means there is no a complete clarity. That is called gray. If you want to express the color, sometimes you may use this term to refer the colors. It is gray in color. So gray in color in the sense it is not a proper black or proper blue or proper red like that, right? It may be the mixture of some of the colors. That is why it is called the gray colors, right? Similarly, in this algorithm also, there is some confusion state. The confusion stage is called gray, the system of gray, right? Normally, if you take any algorithms, the objective of the particular algorithm is to predict the output of a particular experiment with respect to the set of input, right? So in the case of gray system also perform the same things, but this will find the solutions, whatever may be the confusions, whatever may be the imperfections in the system, your gray system will try to give the accurate results, and the better output depends on the set of input, right? So this particular system is called gray systems, right? So if you look at these diagrams, there is some portions where the information is not known. There are some portions where there will be the complete informations, right? Now your gray system will allocate some numbers based on number of iterations, right? So depends upon the quantity of known informations, depends upon the quantity of unknown informations, it will formulate a set of numbers, right? This set of numbers is useful to find a proper relations between input parameters and output responses, right? So this is called gray system, right? We are going to use some algorithms that is called gray relational analysis. It means that to create some relations between the input to output by means of a proper justifications. That is a function of any gray system. Next slide. Yeah. To explain about the gray relation analysis, I have taken some experiments, right? So this is an experiment which I have done during my PhD programs, right? That is, the title of this experiment is Machinability Study on Electrical Discharge Machining of Hot Pressed ZrB2. You know what is ZrB2? Zirconium diboride. It is ceramic materials. Therefore, normally conventional machining cannot be employed over this particular ceramics. Therefore, we have gone for non-traditional machining techniques, that is electrical discharge machining process. In order to study the machinability behavior of any materials, we need to quantify some responses, right? Say for example, that responses depends on the process. Some process we may take a set of output responses. For some experiments, we may take other set of other set of responses, right? So depends upon the type of experiment you are doing, you can select up, that is your wish, you can select what are the output to be measured, right? So depends upon the output, what you achieved, what you are getting. By means of applying the gray relation analysis over that output responses, we can able to predict, we can able to explain the machinability behavior of any materials. That is what we have done in this particular experiment, right? Before conducting any experiments, we need to design the experiment, right? So design of experiment is nothing but what are the factors we are using, what are the levels of factors we are using for experiments, what kind of factors to be taken for analysis. So this is called what? That is experimental design. Here I did some preliminary study over the pure zirconium diboride, right, by means of conducting electrical discharge machining over ZrB2. So it is only my preliminary study Therefore, only 20 experiments I have completed. Based on that, I have extended my further research, right? So to explain the gradation analysis, I have taken only the preliminary set of experiments, right? We know very well that in electrical discharge machining process, the pulse on time is very, very important factors. Pulse on time, what do you mean by pulse on time? Normally, in electrical discharge machine means there will be the workpiece, there is the electrode. The electrode is otherwise called a tool, right? Now there will be the continuous projection of arc from the tool to the workpiece. The area where the arc is projected, in that area,
Air
there will be
blowing
the
sound கேக்குது sir. Air blowing sound கேக்குது sir.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So your tool will continuously produce arc. That arc will be focused on the workpiece so that there will be the localized heating. In that portion, the material is removed. Right. So pulse on time is the time during which the arc is focused. That is called the pulse on time. Pulse off time means there will be the break between the two arcs. That is called the pulse off time. Right. So in the preliminary study, I have taken only the pulse on time. Right. So another one is the tool materials. The tool material also very, very important, right? Depends upon the characteristics of the tool materials, the machinery behavior of a particular material will change, right? Here, if you look at the tool material, I have taken some 10 different tools. That is graphite, silver, copper, tungsten, molybdenum, niobium, tantalum, stainless steel, nickel, and titanium, right? There are 10 different tools. Pulse on time, I have taken only 2 levels, that is 7 microseconds and 11 microseconds, right? Now, there are 2 factors. In one factors, there is 2 levels. In another factors, there are 10 levels, right? Therefore, I am going to conduct the full factorial design. It means that 10 into 2, that is equal to 20. The total number of experimentation is 20. So 20 we can able to conduct, right? Sometimes if you want to conduct more number of analysis means sometimes it is not possible to conduct more number of experiments. In that cases, normally we go for factorial designs, right? Okay, leave it. Now we have conducted the full factorial design. It means we have conducted 20 experiments. Next. Yeah. So electrical I have used right that is electronica small signal. Next. Yeah. This is a collection of tool materials: graphite, silver, copper, tungsten, molybdenum, niobium, tantalum, stainless steel, nickel, and titanium. All are having the same diameter, that is 2 millimeter, right? Length not a matter, right? So that diameter is maintained constant for all tools, right? Okay, next. Yeah, the output responses, normally the output should be called as responses, right? The input should be called as parameters. We should not call output as the parameters, right? Okay, so here I have taken some 6 different responses. One is material removal rate. Material removal rate means the quantity of material removed per unit time. This is called material removal rate, right? So it can be calculated using these relations, that is weight of workpiece before machining minus weight of workpiece after machining divided by the machining time. This is called MRR. Normally it is measured milligram per minute. Then tool wear rate. Tool wear rate also is very, very important response to study the machinability behavior of any particular material. So tool wear rate is calculated using the same relations, that is the weight of tool before machining minus weight of tool after machining divided by machining time. Next. Yeah. Another one is the roughness. I have adopted some new techniques to measure the roughness value. through image processing techniques, right? Here I have used some video measuring machines to capture the image. Then by means of ImageJ softwares, I have calculated the roughness value, right? So that procedures is not required here that much, right? So only thing is the roughness is taken as one of the responses. Okay, right. Next. You just you see the interest of this one, the image capturing, how it has been done. You see there is the machine is called video measuring machine. Your object is placed after machining. Your object is placed in that machine, right? So that the image is captured, then image is converted, then the noises are filtered. Then that filtered image is given to the image softwares. From that software, you can able to calculate by means of some algorithms. We can able to calculate the roughness value, right? Next. Yeah. So this is a simple diagram. You see, in the first diagram is unmachined component. Next diagram you see, that is a machined component. I have produced some 20 number of holes, right? Here.
Sir, voice break out, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sir.
Calling him next.
சார் இந்த பேஜ் சொன்னீங்களா சார், எதுவுமே காதுல விடல சார்.
யா சொல்லுங்க
சார். இந்த பேஜ் ஆரம்பிக்கிற பேஜ் சொன்னது எதுவுமே காதுல விடல சார். ஜஸ்ட் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
இந்த பேஜ் காதுல விடலையா?
ஆமா சார், விடல சார்.
Okay, right. So it is a various stages how the roughness is measured through image processing technique, right? If you look at the topmost diagram, that is an unmachined workpiece. That is an unmachined zirconium diboride, which is produced by means of hot pressed techniques. Okay. The next diagram is the workpiece after drilling. Here I made some 20 number of holes, right? So in the diagram, near to the workpiece, I placed the scale, normal 1 feet scale I have placed in order to do some comparative measurement. I have used that 1 feet scale as the standard, right? If you look at the third diagram, that is the hole is splitted. All the holes are splitted. Therefore, the inner portion of the hole is exposed, so the roughness can be easily measured. The fourth diagram is zoomed sectional view, right? So nearby scale, that is the number of lines are there, that is the distance between that line is 1 mm. With respect to that distance, we can able to measure the roughness value. Next. Okay, this is the image after filtering. Only actually there are two edges in any holes. To calculate the roughness value, I have taken any one side. Therefore, that particular edge is cropped, right? So using MATLAB, we can able to calculate. If you feed that particular JPEG to the MATLAB, from the MATLAB programs, we can able to calculate the roughness value by means of choosing any 2 point on that particular line, particular cropped edge, right? Next. Yeah, this is algorithm. This is a MATLAB output. Sorry. Okay. Then yeah. So this is the roughness measurement. I have used some 5 peaks and 5 valleys point average method. Next. Yeah, this is called roundness. Roundness is also very important, right? So if you manufacture any hole using EDA machines, that hole may not be round, right? So there may be some radiation with respect to the variations in the radius with respect to the center, right? So how much it deviate from its original radius is called out of roundness. Sometimes it is simply referred as roundness, right? In the roundness also can be measured or can be explained by means of different methodology. That is minimum zone circles, maximum inscribing circle methods, like that. There are so many methods. I have used minimum zone circle method. Next. Next. Yeah, the same principle I have followed. That is workpiece without EDM hole. Next, the workpiece with the EDM hole. Next. Yeah, I assumed only a particular hole, right? Here there is no split up, right? Because in the previous case, I want to measure the roughness. Therefore, the hole is splitted into two halves so that the inner portion is exposed. Here, my objective is to find the roundness, right? Therefore, I have taken the image from the top, right? See, there are two. If you look at any in the top diagrams, in the inner portion there will be the green color. At the top there will be the black black outer, right? This is because in the video measuring machine, if you look at, there will be the lighting from both ends. From the top, the white lights are coming. From the bottom, there will be the green light, right? Normally, one of the main drawback of the EDM machine is the taperness, right? Therefore, from the bottom, the green lights are coming. Finally, the image will be like this, right? Yeah. The next one is the filtered image. The filtered image. Then this is MATLAB input. Yeah. Go to next slide. Next. Yeah. Next. So MATLAB input. Finally, your MATLAB algorithm will give the results of out of roundness. Yeah. Next. Yeah. This is a taper angle measurement. We can able to measure the top diameter, bottom diameter by means of image processing techniques. Then we can measure the thickness of the workpiece. From this data, we can able to calculate the taper angle, right? The last one, the overcut. Overcut means what is the extra diameter cut on the workpiece. Next. I think the images are not visible, right? Only titanium is visible, right? Hello, Sokalingam?
Yes, sir. Titanium only visible, sir.
Okay. It's not that much important. Okay. Go to next slide. Next. Yeah. Actually, there are 10 tools. This particular image will show how the deterioration of each tool. The tool damage depends upon the so many factors. That is the strength, the hardness of the materials, and the electrical conductivity, boiling point, and the melting point of the materials. These are all the factors which affect the tool deteriorations, right? So each tool will show the different deteriorations pattern, right? Okay. Next. Yeah. Now we enter to the subject entropy based Gray relational analysis, right? So Gray relational analysis, we know very well that there is some algorithms. By means of that algorithms, the single object, so the multi objective problem can be converted into single objective problems by which we can choose the best, right? Say for example, suppose you want to choose the best outgoing student, right? So what are the parameters you are considering? The attendance of that student. Number 2, the academic performance of that student. Number 3, the sports involvement of that particular students. Number 4, the extracurricular activities. It means that how in the cultural programs, what is the involvement of that particular person. So that you are taking 4 parameters. One is attendance, academic, sports, and the culturals. There are 4 parameters, right? Some fellow may possess 100% attendance, but he may be lag in studies, right? So we cannot choose that person as a best student. Some fellow may be best in academic, attendance, as well as culturals. He may be 0 in sports, so that person also should not be chosen as the best outgoing student, right? Therefore, we have to select a particular person who may be good in academic, attendance, sports, as well as the culturals. So here the problem comes, how to choose that. That is very, very important, right? So here we have to give some weightage. We cannot treat all the 4 parameters equally, because ultimately the academic is very, very important when compared with all other 3 parameters. Therefore, for academic, we have to give more importance. We have to give more weightage, right? Say for example, we can give 50% weightage to academic. For sports, we can give 10%. For attendance, we can give 20%. For cultural, we can give 10%. Right? If you add these things, it comes to 100%. Right? So here there is a provisions by which we can allot the weightage to individual parameters, by which we can easily select a particular person for a best outgoing student. Right? Sometimes you can give equal weightage to all 4 parameters. For attendance 25%, for academic 25%, for cultural 25%, for sports involvement 25%, you can give. That depends upon you. But generally in a professional college, you have to give more importance to the academic side. Therefore, we are giving higher weightage to academics. Right? Normally in gray relation analysis, we will give the equal weights, because we don't know how to allocate the weights. Normally, best outgoing student, we can easily allocate the weights, but in the experiments, we may not aware that which particular output responses we have to give more importance. That we don't know. Therefore, normally gray relation analysis, what we are doing, we are giving equal weightage to all output responses. Right? Now, this is a newer technique. We are adding the entropy. Right? So, because of entropy methodology, the data itself allocate the weights. The data itself allocate the weights. It depends upon the variable of each output responses, depends upon the repetition of a particular output, it will assign its own weightage. So this is a newer technique which is used to allocate weights to output responses by its own. That technology is called entropy. Right? This is various steps. First, we have to normalize the data. Then data should be pre-processed. Then we have to calculate the gray relation coefficient. Then the entropy should be determined. Depends upon the entropy, the degree of diversification should be calculated. Based on that, the weight should be calculated for each output responses. Finally, we have to calculate the gray relational grade. Right? Next. Yeah. This is the various stages, the flow diagrams. These are flow diagrams, how the weights are calculated using entropy methodology. Right? Here, X means so how many responses we have taken? 6 responses. We have taken 6 responses. Therefore, the value of K is 6. We have conducted 20 number of experiments. The number of experiment is 20. Therefore, the value of M is equal to 20. Right? Here you see Xk means the value of the particular output response. The value of particular output response for that particular experiment. That is called Xk. Right? So I means X, the value of I vary from 1 to 20. The K varies from 1 to 6. Right? Okay. The summation of a particular output responses is called dk. So from this dk, we can able to calculate xi divided by di or xk divided by dk. Right? So it depends based on this xk divided by dk, we have to calculate the function of this one. Right? So to create this function of this particular combinations over this gray systems, we are using the relations, that is f of x is equal to x into e power minus 1 minus x plus 1 minus x into e power x minus 1. So this equation is called piecewise equations. Based on piecewise equation, we have to calculate the ek. Then the next step, the summation of ek is called entropy, that is capital E. Based on capital E, we can able to calculate the lambda. From the lambda, we can able to calculate beta. The beta is called the weight of individual responses. Okay. Here I have some Excel sheet. From that, you can clearly able to work out how to calculate the weights. Right. Next. Next. Yeah. Is it clear? Is it clear? Because it is handwritten document. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Fine. So here normally to calculate the entropy, we have to develop the piecewise equations, right? So piece means what? A sectioning. Piece means sectioning, right? So here we have conducted 20 number of experiments. Therefore, we have to generate 20 number of equations. Each equations are called piecewise equation, right? So general form of piecewise equation is shown here. F of x minus y naught equal to m into x1 minus x naught. The x varies from 0 to x1. It is the general equation. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. General equation, right? Right. Here we have to calculate the limit of x. The limit of x is calculated by means of 1 divided by number of experiments. That is 1 divided by 20. That is equal to 0.05. So the limits of x varies from one equation to another equation. That is 0 to 0.05 for first equation, 0.05 to 0.1 for second equation, then 0.1 to 0.15 for third equation. Like that it will be going, right? Yeah, next. Yeah, you see the number of piecewise equation is equal to number of experiments, right? So limits of x for equation number 1 is equal to 0 to 0.05. For second equation, it is 0.05 to 0.1. Third equation, 0.1 to 0.15. Fourth equation, 0.15 to 0.2. Like that it will be going. At last, the limit is 0.95 to 0.1. Okay, then next. Yeah. So we have to find the value of y, which is present in the piecewise equations, right? Here you see the value of y at x is equal to 0, right? Look at the equation. Y is equal to 1 divided by e power 0.5 minus 1 into y of x, right? There is the another equation, that is y of x is equal to x into e power 1 minus x plus 1 minus x into e power x minus 1. You put x is equal to 0, therefore finally you will be getting the y of x also equal to 0, right? So when y of x is equal to 0, naturally you substitute in the top equations. Finally you will be getting y is equal to 1 divided by e power 0.5 minus 1 into 0, that is equal to 0. So value of y for first equation is equal to 0, right? Next. Yeah. For second equation, the value of y. Here for second equation, what is the value of x? That is equal to 0.05. You substitute in the same equation, that is y of x, that is y of 0.05. That is equal to 0.05 into e power 1 minus 0.05 plus 1 minus 0.05. Wherever there is a x, you have to put 0.05. So finally, you will be getting the value of 0.127985. From this, you can able to calculate the value of y, that is equal to 1 divided by e power 0.5 minus 1 into y of 0.05, that is equal to 0.197. 19720, right? Next. The slope may be calculated. That is, slope m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, that is equal to 3.94601. This is for first equations. Next. Yeah, you look at the first equations. F of x minus y. Initially the value of y is equal to 0, right? That is equal to m. M we have calculated 3.94601 into x minus x naught. X naught initially we kept 0. So first equation is clear. In the second equations, after substituting all the values, we got the value of y is equal to 0.19730, right? If you know the value of this one, that is y, this is called y1. 0.19730 is called y1, right? X1 is 0.05. Only thing is we have to calculate the m for second equations, right? So the value of m for second equation can be calculated if you know the value of x and y for third equations, right? If you know the value of x and y for third equation, we can able to calculate the value of m for second equations, right? So if it is the variable of x, if you vary the value of x, naturally we can able to calculate the value of y for all the equations, right? So finally, you can able to complete all 20 piecewise equations, right? Clear, sir? Sokolingam?
Clear, sir. Clear, sir. Clear, sir.
சரியா கேக்குதுங்களா?
கேக்குது சார், கேக்குது சார். Go ahead, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you. Next. Okay. Go to previous one. Previous slide. Previous. Previous. Yeah. Once again, I'm explain because this is only the new portions. Other calculate the gradation, grade, coefficient, and all same, right? So this is only the newer technique. So please concentrate again. We are going to generate the piecewise equation, right? The number of piecewise equation is equal to number of experiments. Here we have conducted 20 number of experiments. Therefore, number of piecewise equation is also 20, right? So here the general form of piecewise equation is f of x minus y naught is equal to m into x1 minus x naught. The limit of x varies from 0 to x. This is the general form of piecewise equations. Then we have to calculate the interval of x. The interval of x is equal to 1 divided by number of experiments. So 1 divided by 20, that is equal to 0.05. It means that for every equations, the limit of value of x is increased by 0.05, right? It means 0 to 0.05, 0.05 to 0.1, 0.1 to 0.15, 0.15 to 0.2, like that it will be going till 1. Next. Yeah. So this is the limits for each equations. Then we have to find the value of y using this relation, that is equal to 1 divided by e power 0.5 minus 1 into y of x. For y of x, there is another equations, that is x into e power 1 minus x plus 1 minus x into e power x minus 1. So here you have to substitute the value of x is equal to 0. Finally, you will be getting y is also 0. So the value of x is equal to 0. The value of y also equal to 0 for first equation, right? Then we are going to discuss about second equations. Next. For second equation, naturally the value of x, For second equation, naturally the value of x is equal to 0.05. So if you use 0.05, we can able to calculate the y of 0.05 as 0.127985. Then you can calculate y using the same relations. Only we are varying the multiplication factors, right? So you'll be getting the value of y. If you know the value of x and y for second equation, naturally you can able to calculate the slope for first equation, right? Next slide. Next. So this is the equation for slope. M is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Finally, you'll be getting the value of 3.94601. So first equation is over. Next. Yeah, like that we can able to predict all 20 equations. These equations are called piecewise equations. Yeah, next. So this is the procedures how to calculate the Gray relational coefficient. Normally we are using this relation based on S by N ratio. S by N ratio means signal to noise ratio. Signal means suppose in the class you are teaching, right? So in the first desk students listen all your points. Suppose you delivered some 10 points, that fellow observed 9 points. So what is the signal? 9. What is the noise?
The voice breaker, sir. Voice breaker. Hello.
But if you consider the last desk student, he may observe only 2 points. But your
sir, voice.
Hello.
Sir, voice break out, sir.
So break avada. Or Hello, hello.
கேக்குது சார், கேக்குது சார், கேக்குது சார்.
Shokalingam, okay va?
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார், go ahead sir.
Right appa, right appa. Okay. Suppose last student he listened only 2 points means the signal is only 2, the noise is 8. Therefore, for better experimentation, the signal to noise ratio should be higher. Signal to noise ratio should be higher for it indicates that the quality of experimentation. Then the data should be normalized. After calculating this S by N ratio, the S by N ratio value should be normalized using these relations. Lower the better and higher the better. What do you mean by lower the better? Some quantity, the objective function is maximization. For some output responses, the objective function is minimization. Say for example, for our experimentation, we have calculated MRR, that is material removal rate. We have calculated the tool wear rate, right? If you consider MRR, we need to achieve the more MRR. We need to achieve more MRR. In that case, the higher is the better. So we have to use the second equations for MRR. If we consider tool wear rate, for better machinability, the tool wear rate should be less. Therefore, for tool wear rate, we have to use the first equations. Clear? Right. Similarly, after calculating the S by N ratio, we have to normalize that values. Right? What is the need for normalization? Because if you consider MRR, that is in terms of milligrams, right? If you calculate the roundness, that is in terms of micrometer, right? But the MRR normally is very, very less quantity in case of EDM. It may be in terms of 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram per minute, like that. But if you take out of roundness, it may be 200 micrometer or 100 micrometer, 250 micrometer, like that. So you see here, one quantity is in terms of single digit, another quantity is in terms of hundreds, right? So if you just like that, if you do any analysis, what will happen? The major quantity, say for example, the roundness, 100, 200, that will influence more. So in order to keep the influence of all parameters as constant, we have to do normalization, right? Normalization also, here we have two equations, one for lower the better, another one for higher the better. So for MRR, naturally the higher the better. For TWR, lower the better, right? So maximum minus, you look at the first equation, lower the better. Maximum means for that say there are 20 responses. For each responses there are 20 output, right? So for 20 values, which one is maximum we have to take? Minus xik means the particular value, divided by the maximum of 20 minus minimum of 20, right? Say the next case, suppose the higher the better means we have to calculate the normalized value by using the second equation, that is equal to xik. It means that particular value minus minimum of 20 values divided by maximum minus minimum. So we can use the second equation for normalization. Next. Yeah. This is the equation for a gray relational coefficient, right? Here delta minimum means the minimum of that particular value, that 20 values. Tau means distinguished coefficient. Del max means the maximum of that particular 20 values. Del 0, I means a particular value. The value which value we are taking, that we have to substitute, plus tau into del max, right? Okay, next. Okay. Before that, you please open Excel sheet. Please open Excel sheet.
Yes sir, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is it visible sir?
Excel sheet entropy. First you open the entropy, na?
Yes,
Entropy
sir,
weight,
Yes sir.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Yeah. Sir, please listen. Here I have taken some some 6 responses, right? Material removal rate, tool wear rate, WWR means the weight wear ratio. It is nothing but the ratio of tool wear rate to MRR. This ratio is called weight wear ratio. Therefore, it has no unit. It has no unit. Another one is roughness value, that is micrometer. Then roundness, that is also in micrometer. And the last response is taper angle. It is measured in degree. Right? See the first column, experiment number. It is denoted by K because the K varies from what? 1 to 20. Right? Then MRR, TWR we have taken. Right? The first step we have to calculate the DK. DK is nothing but what? The summation of a particular response. Summation of a particular response. Summation of all 20 response. Suppose if you take 11.9139. This is nothing but the summation of MRR of all 20 experiments. Similarly, the second one, 16.3444. It means that the summation of tool wear rate of all 20 experiments. Similarly, for the WWR, the roughness, roundness, and taper angle is measured. Right. Then you please listen to the second tabulations. That is XI divided by DI. XI means you can click the MRR, first cell of MRR. First cell of MRR, you please click. You can able to see the formula. Yeah, very good. Yeah. What is that? The particular value, that is B4 divided by B24. B4 divided by B24. Okay, Sukalingam, okay? Hello?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Formula தெரியுதா?
தெரியுது சார். கொஞ்சம் மினிமைஸ்டா தெரியுது.
இல்ல எல்லாம் அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும்ல ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு.
ஆமா சார், ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு கேட்றேன் சார். விசிபிளா இருக்குன்னு போட்டு சொல்லுங்க. Okay,
right. Okay. So xi divided by the total of that one. Similarly, we can calculate every values, right? Then I have given some different colors. Right? Based on where it comes. Based on where it comes. Say for example, in the Excel sheet, if you see the bottom, you see the color, right? First blue color. It means that the number which is in blue, that value is less than 0.05. That value is less than 0.05. When the value of x is less than 0.05, naturally we have to use first equation. That is blue in color. The next, you see some maroon color, so where the value is from 0.05 to 0.1, 0.05 to 0.1, right? So for these numbers we have to apply the second piecewise equation. Similarly, the third yellow color, so here the value is from 0.1 to 0.15. So for these numbers we have to use the third equation. Then the what is that, violet color. So when the values fall between 0.15 to 0.2, we have to use the fourth equations, right? Then when the values are from 0.2 to 0.25, we have to use fifth equation, right? Therefore, totally how many readings are there? Totally 20 into 6, 120. 20 into 6, 120 readings. Out of 120 readings, 73 readings are false below 0.05. 40 readings false between 0.05 to 0.1. 3 readings false from 0.1 to 0.15. 1 reading fall from 0.15 to 0.2. 3 readings falls from 0.2 to 0.25. Right? So you can ask one question, sir, we have used only 5 equations. Then what is the need of generating 20 equations? You can ask, right? But the procedure is you have to generate the piecewise equation equal to the number of experimentations. Therefore, you have to generate 20 equations. For my case, it is distributed only up to 50 equations. Suppose for your case, it may go up to last equations also. Clear? If you add all readings, it will give 120. Chokalingam audible?
Sir.
Chokalingam?
Audible. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay.
Audible, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the third tabulations, you see third tabulation, f of xi by di. F of xi by di. Right? After calculating these values, after calculating this xi by di value, this particular value, say for example, if we take the first cell of MRR, what is the value? 0.0935. 0.0935. Yes. The
Yes, sir.
first cell of MRR, what is the value? 0.0935, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Therefore, we have to use second equations, right? So we have to take second equations and we have to substitute the value of x, that is 0.0935. Then we have to calculate what is the value of f of x. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah, that value should be posted in the third tabulation. That value should be posted in the third tabulations. Like that, every value depends upon the which equation we have to use. In that equation, we have to select. We have to substitute the value of this x over that equations. Then we have to find out the value of f of x. Then we can fill tabulation 3. Right. The another thing, we have to calculate EK. EK is nothing but what? The summation of a particular column. Summation of particular column. We have one small EK for MRR, one small EK for TWR, another EK for WWR, another EK for roughness, another EK for roundness, another EK for taper angle. Right? The summation of all these EK are called capital E. Capital E is nothing but what? Entropy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go to last table.
Last.
Come down. Yeah, come down. Yeah. Correct. Now it's okay. Yeah. Very good. Okay. The E is nothing but summation of all EKs. The capital E is called entropy, right? Then we have to calculate 1 minus EK. Everything is formula 1 minus EK, right? Then we have to use lambda K from this. What is the value of M? M is 20. The value of M is 20, right? You can substitute lambda K can be calculated, right? So from the lambda K, we can calculate the beta K. So beta K is nothing but the weights. The beta K is nothing but weight. The weight for MRR is 0.1744. The value of the weight of TWR is 0.1511. The weight for WWR is 0.1560. The weight for roughness 0.1734. The weight for roundness is 0.1735. The weight for taper angle is 0.1716. Clear? Normally in gray relation analysis, what we will do? We will give equal weights. It means that suppose if I employ the normal gray relation analysis for my problem is 1 divided by number of responses. So 1 divided by 6, that is equal to 0.166. This is what normally we do. Here there will be the variations in the weights, right? If you see the variation in the weights, normally the MRR gets more weights. It means that the MRR influence more on the measurability. Therefore, if you use these weights to calculate the gray relational grade, naturally the what is the optimal value you are getting, that will give more importance to MRR. Clear? Okay. Now the another Excel sheet that will explain you how to calculate the gray relational grade. Okay, please open next Excel sheet. Please open next Excel sheet.
One, I think, sir, G or E, right? Sir, it is visible, sir.
Yeah. No, that Excel sheet not visible.
Sir, now? Sir,
Hello?
now? Sir, now?
Now also not visible. Now also not visible.
The input parameters and the response, right, sir?
What?
The the Excel sheet containing
GRG.
input parameters and the response.
Yeah. That not visible. Screen it is not coming.
But it my side
Yeah.
it is visible, sir.
What?
My side it is visible, sir.
Screen not visible in my mobile. Amfara, you ask any of the audience?
Blacked out. Okay, sir. Again I corrected, sir. Application window, Microsoft Share. Now, sir. Now.
Yeah. Now it's okay. Now very good.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I zoom it, sir.
Yeah.
I need to zoom it.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. You please concentrate on the first tabulations. First one is experiment number. The second column represents the tool. There are 10 tools. The third column represent the pulse on time. Here there are 10 tools and 2 levels of pulse on time. Therefore, totally 20 experiments, right? The responses MRR, TWR, WR, then roughness, roundness, taper angle. Okay, good. Next. The next tabulation. Yeah. So we have to calculate the S by N ratio for each responses. See, for gradation analysis, we not at all using any input parameters. We are not at all using any input parameters. We are dealing with only the output responses. You please keep in mind. We are dealing only with output responses, right? So the S by N ratio. So already we have discussed there are two equations to calculate S by N ratio. Only for higher the better. Another one is the lower the better. For example, in 6 responses, only for MRR we need the higher the better. For all other 5 responses, the lower is the best. So for first, if you keep the first cell of MRR, you please put in first cell of MRR. Please click first cell of MRR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So you see the formula minus 10 log
Minus
1 divided by
D4
the square
into
of
D4 into D4.
the square of that particular value. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you take TWR, please click.
TWR. Yes.
Yeah, next. Yeah. Here minus 10 log the square of that. There is no on the 1 divided by varad. In the previous case, there will be log into 1 divided by the square of that. Here only minus 10 log the square of that particular value, by which we can calculate the S by N ratio for all the values, right? Yeah. You please come in the bottom. Bottom. Yeah, please come. So here we have to calculate. Yeah, maximum, correct. The maximum of all 20 values, minimum of 20 values, then maximum minus minimum of that 20 values, right? So next tabulation. Go to top. Yeah. So we have to do normalizations. Table number 3, normalization. Okay, you put in the first cell, MRR first cell. Yeah.
Yes.
Here, higher the better. So equation for normalization is nothing but the value of particular thing. The value of particular thing minus the minimum value of all 20s divided by maximum minus minimum of all 20s. Clear?
Yes, sir. It's
Clear?
clear. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay. Right. Then you put it in the first cell of TWR.
TWR. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Here, the minimum is the better. Therefore, the formula becomes the maximum value minus that particular value divided by maximum minus minimum. The denominator is common. Maximum minus minimum for all 6. Only thing is the numerator will gets vary. For higher the better, there will be different things. For lower the better, there will be different things. Right? By which we can normalize all 120 values. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's clear. Yes.
Yeah, come to the next tabulation.
Tabulation. Diversification point.
Yeah, diversification point. Diversification point means normally if you take some black and white photo, when the picture is not clear, just we'll try to invert the colors. So that the black will becomes white and the white will becomes black. The objective is to get the clear edge deductions. Right? The similar thing here we are doing, because normally in gray means there is no clarity. In order to get the accurate results, in order to get the visible edges, we need to calculate the diversification point. Normally it is denoted by DP. Diversification point means just inversion. It means that 1 minus normalized value. You please put in the first cell of MRR.
Yes, sir. 1 minus S4.
1 minus normalized value.
Yes,
This
sir.
is common for all cases. Even you put it in the first cell of TWR.
Yes,
The
sir.
same 1 minus that normalized value. So this tabulation is over. Come to the next one.
Gray relation coefficient.
Coefficient. Yeah, put it in first one. First cell of MRR.
Yes, sir. 0.5 divided by
0.5 divided by
0.5 plus Z4.
plus that particular value.
Okay.
This is what we have studied one equations for gray relation coefficient. That is delta minimum into that particular value plus delta maximum into that particular value divided by that particular value plus del max. That is what we have studied. Here diversification coefficient also we have studied. You can go to the previous. Okay, leave it. Normally the value of tau we assume that is 0.5. Maximum value naturally 1, minimum value naturally 0. Finally your equation becomes like that: 0.5 divided by 0.5 plus that particular value. Actually this is a very big equations. We put del minimum as 0, del max as 1, and the value of tau is average, right?
Okay, sir.
Average. Diversification coefficient, we keep it as average. It means that it is varying from 0 to 1. Therefore, naturally, 0.5 is taken as the average. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear. Sir.
Okay. So, like that, gray relation coefficient can be calculated for all the values. For TWR also same. Right?
Okay. Sir.
Yeah, weights. Please, gray relation. Yeah, weight. You see? The value of MRR beta 1 nothing but what? The weight of MRR, which is given by means of entropy methodology. So beta 1, the weight of MRR, that is equal to 0.1744. For all 20 experiments, the weight for MRR is same. Clear? Right?
Yes, sir.
So beta 2, Yeah, beta 2 is nothing but the weight of the second response, that is TWR. Beta 3 is the weight of the third response. Beta 4 the weight of roughness. Beta 5 is the weight of roundness. Beta 6 is the weight of taper angle. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Come to next one. Next tabulation.
Yes, sir. Beta.
Gray relational, the product of gray relational coefficient into beta. Right. You please click on the first cell of MRR.
Yes, sir. AG4.
Yeah, what is the formula?
AG4.
The weight into gray relational coefficient. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Clear.
The weight of MRR into gray relational coefficient. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. For if you can select the second cell of MRR, second cell of MRR, same weight, same weight we are using, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. You select the first cell of DWR, first cell of TWR. Here you see the weight varies.
Oh,
Clear?
yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Like that, it is a product of gray relational coefficient into the weight of the particular responses, right?
Yes, sir.
The next gray relational grade. Gray relational grade is nothing but summation of all 6. You please click on that. The summation of all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similar next one. Summation of that all 6. Like that it will go. Right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now the maximum gray relational grade represent the best experiment, the best optimized value. That is called optimized value. Which one is number 1? Second. Yeah, second. So second, what is the input for second? You please go to very first.
Very first.
Horizontally move. You horizontally move the tab.
Yes.
Yeah, second. It
Yes.
means silver and pulse on time 7. Pulse on time 7. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay. Right. Go to last. Go to last. Go to last. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So gray relation grade is given. Based on that, we can rank all 20 experiments. Clear?
yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear?
Clear, sir.
So we can select the best one, and even we can confirm the result of gray relational analysis by means of conducting some confirmation test also. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Clear.
You look at the next tabulation.
GRC.
GRC into 0.16.
Yes,
How
sir.
the 0.166 is coming? The chapter is over. We have finished our work. Just
Okay,
for comparison, I have calculated equal weights also. Right? You please click on that first cell of MRR. That is nothing but GRC into equal weights 0.166. Clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Clear? For
Yes, sir.
TWR, please click. Here also same 0.166.
Yes, sir.
Go to third. Here also same
WRR.
0.166. Right? So
Yes, sir.
here also we have calculated the gray relational grade. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here also it is ranked.
Yes,
Finally, these two processes are compared by means of S by N ratio. For that, what I have done, I have calculated the summation of all gray relational grade. Then I have applied S by N ratio methodology to compare these two processes. Right? So you please calculate. Go down.
The final, sir?
11.5900. This is the cumulative grade by means of equal weights. Right? Come
Yes, sir.
forward. Same cell. You please come forward.
Horizontally, sir?
Same row.
Same.
You please move the tab. Same row, not column. Row. Horizontally.
Okay.
Horizontally. Yeah. Correct. Go forward. Yeah. See. Yeah, this one. No, not that much. Come back. Next. The summation of grade. That is what I want.
Yeah.
11.
It is 11.6615, right? It's
Yes, sir.
summation of all grades
Yes,
of
sir.
gradation, entropy based gradation analysis.
Yes,
You
sir.
come down, please come down. Yeah. See the formula. You please. See the formula.
10 into
Minus
log.
10 log 1 by the square of that particular value. Here I have used the formula which is normally employed for higher the better. Clear or not?
Yes, that's
Because
clear.
normally we need higher grade. Therefore, I have used this particular formula. I have calculated this value. SYN ratio. You please go horizontally in the forward
Uh, sir,
direction.
voice cut out, sir. Sir, voice cut out, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, voice break out, sir.
Tab. No, and then the
Sir, voice break out.
next. The okay, va? So,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
hello.
Sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So calling only you just see the SYN ratio for equal weight. Please move the tab forward direction.
Forward direction.
Move the tab forward direction. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 21.28.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Previous case it is something 21.3 something, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that for entropy based gradation analysis, the value of SYN ratio is higher.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or no? When compared with equal weight method,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Hence, analysis is proved as better one. Clear?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. Right. I think okay. I have completed.
Sir, now I move to slides, sir. Now I move to
Thank you for
slides.
patient listening, and thank you for organizers. And
Sir.
you can move to the slide. Move to the slide.
Just a minute, sir. Sir, stop.
Yeah.
So it's visible, sir? No.
Yeah. Next. Yeah, it is the last one. Previous one. You know main effect table, how it is constructed. Next. Main
Yes, sir.
effect table is constructed by means of, say for example, audible. Chocolate
Sir, விட்டு
audible.
கேக்குது சார். சார் விட்டு கேக்குது சார். கொஞ்சம் பிரேக் ஆகுது சார் வாய்ஸ்.
Chocolate
சார் வாய்ஸ் பிரேக் ஆகுது.
audible கேக்குதா?
சார் வாய்ஸ் பிரேக் ஆகுது சார். ஹலோ. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
சொக்கலிங்கம் ஓகே.
இல்ல சார் வாய்ஸ் பிரேக் ஆகுது.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So main effect table is calculated.
Sorry for the interruption. Attendees are please wait. Some technical issue. Sorry. Please wait. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Shivashankar, sir. Sir, principal, sir. Sir, voice கேக்குங்களா sir? ஹலோ. அப்படியா சார்? சரி சார், நான் அப்படியே கன்க்ளூட் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார். பேசுங்க சார், கேட்குதான்னு பாருங்க. சார் இல்லை சார், வாய்ஸ் கேட்கல சார். ஆனால் உங்கள் லைன் காமிக்குது சார், நீங்கள் ஆன்லைனில் இருக்கீங்கன்னு காமிக்குது. நீங்கள் ஆன்லைனில் இருக்கீங்கன்னு காமிக்குது, ஆனால் வாய்ஸ் பிரேக். சரி சார், அப்படியே நான் கன்க்ளூட் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார். சரி சார். ஹலோ. ஹலோ. ஹலோ சார், பிரின்சிபல் சார். ஹலோ. ஹலோ. ஹலோ சார்.
எஸ் சார், சொல்லுங்க சார். எஸ் சார், சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார் சார், அப்படியே செஷன் அப்படியே கன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுங்க சார். சார் இது இதாக மாட்டேங்குது சார். இல்லை நானே அவுட் ஆஃப் தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லி முடிச்சிடுவா சார்.
ஓகே.
சரி.
ஓகே. Dear participants, I think you have enjoyed this session very well. I expect this session will be very useful for your future and current research work. So use the knowledge gained in this session for your betterment. If you have any queries, you can contact the speaker through the email. Once again, on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Aegis Spray Engineering College, I am conveying my sincere thanks and appreciation to all the participants for your patient listening and attending this webinar. So thanks to all, for the organizers and also for the participants. Thanks to one and all present here. Thanks.
Hello. Thanks for attendees. The next program also very informative. Please join us in the morning at 11 a.m.